everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, start off with this card, seems to be really important at the moment. Yeah, it feels like we're in the early throes of some serious unraveling happening, but I'm just going to put it out there. Please stay grounded, breathe, do what brings you little joys in life. Don't take on board, I mean, be aware, but don't take on board anything that you don't have any control over. The reason why I and other readers like me let you know this information so you're not caught up by surprise by anything that comes out. And to be honest, with what's going on in the world, nothing would surprise this old cynic. So we're just covering a lot of stuff so that forewarned is forearmed, and you're not going to be surprised. Now, actually, leading from that last reading I did, you wouldn't believe I split the deck, and the two cards on the bottom that came up again and again and again. Something on the world stage that certain people want kept secret about security. However, that's not what I'm reading about at the moment. Now, I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale. Sorry, I don't have the full box, but there's the end of it. If you've missed what the deck was, just rewind the video and pause it and write it down if you need to. So what I want to have a look at is I'm actually want to have a look at Ronen Bar, and you're going, Ronen who? Ronen Bar, head of Shin Bet, and you're going, what's Shin Bet? Well, Shin Bet is the Israeli intelligence. So currently, Ronen Bar has been scathing about Netanyahu's bid to sack Mr. Bar, due to Ronen Bar refusing to spy on protesters and refusing to disrupt the corruption trials that are occurring against Netanyahu. Now, just briefly on that, Netanyahu was facing the corruption trials. He tried to force the Supreme Court to kowtow to his demands that he would not be prosecuted, and the Supreme Court went, yeah, nah. And the protesters were out en masse on the streets protesting against Netanyahu, demanding that he be held accountable for his corruption. And lo and behold, what happened, was it 18 months ago or thereabouts, there was this incident that created a war situation. And I've read at the time, and I've read a couple of times thereafter, and Netanyahu was involved in the incident. I'm just going to put it out there. It will be found out and exposed at some stage, but I'm just going to put it out there that the purpose of this, that what he did was to stop elections taking place. Felon 45 would love to do the same, but to stop elect the voters. Okay, so what's happened since? That was me. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Where does one go with this? So just having quoting the Times of Israel paper, Israel at War Day 566. Well, how about try Israel at Invasion Day 566, but I'll just leave that to history. So what this article says, law enforcement agencies may examine whether Barr's explosive affidavit over his dismissal by the government raises suspicion of criminal wrongdoing by Netanyahu. So basically what happened is the spy chief refused to do the bidding of Netanyahu, so Netanyahu tried to fire him, but apparently he doesn't have the authority to fire, and and then Barr himself, in an affidavit to the High Court, has said that he intended to announce a date for his resignation. He's going to now resign, which means that he can disclose stuff when he's no longer in the intelligence agency. So the commitment to resignation in the coming weeks is significant since it would mean that the High Court could avoid a ruling on petitions by the government for and against his dismissal, which the courts froze in March. So basically what happened is that there was Netanyahu tried to dismiss him. The court said you can't. And what's happening is it's gone to the High Court in Israel, and they were going to rule on it, but it could have resulted in a constitutional crisis because then it hits the High Court against Netanyahu, etc., etc., etc. But what it also means is that Bar then has a freedom to share information, which doesn't say it in the article. This is what I just believe. Okay, so where do I go on this? What I want to have a look at is what is Ronen Bar going to do after his resignation? Oh, first of all, I want to ask, is he going to be safe? Is Ronen Bar going to be safe? I think he is. I think he's going to go into hiding, and I think nobody's going to know where he is. He's going to leave the country and go into hiding, is what I feel. He's going to leave the country, go into hiding, is what the cards are telling me there. So yes, he will be safe, but show me, what's Ronen Bar going to bring forward? So basically, Netanyahu also wants to get rid of him so he can then spy on protesters and disrupt the corruption trials. What's the outcome of Ronen Bar refusing to resign? What's the outcome for Ronen? Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask just in general, what's the outcome in regards to all that's on the table about Ronen Bar, head of Shin Bet, resigning? Come on down, let's have a look. Again, my guides tell me to read on certain things. Okay, the Six of Wands, the false victory, not being celebrated by anybody. This feels like Netanyahu riding in thinking he's all the hero and all the rest of it, but he's not supported. I also am drawn to, I mean, I know it's not, but it looks somewhat like the red crescent, which is the crescent moon with the star, which is the Middle Eastern version of the Red Cross. Riding in as the victor, challenged by information coming in from overseas. So what's the outcome here? It's messaging going to be whatever's exposed, whatever Ronen Bar's got, it's highly emotional. Now we've got the 2-week time frame. So he said he's going to resign, I think, in 2 to 3 weeks. So whether he's going to bring forward information, the ship coming in within this 2-week period, and there's a lot of it with those goldfish. Right, he has been restricted in the past, legally restricted in the past, but he's chosen to slip those bonds. Okay, thank you. What this card is telling me is he's just making sure his family are safe and protected before he brings forth the information, whatever he's got, to the High Court. The High Court's the higher authority. Oh boy, it's big. Whatever he's got, it's big. And he is surrendering it. The information. This is all about information, messaging. We've got Russia here. Is it connections with Russia? Can also be the birth of something significantly new, like the kidney stone passing. Okay. It's going to put everything on a new track, a new path, as it reveals relationships that are going to, look at these major arcana, that will lead to an investigation of the snake in the path and the money that was involved, and it's going to unlock a Pandora's box. What he's got is explosive. Absolutely explosive. Wow. So, yeah, okay. Yep, yep. He's going to make sure his family is safe first, and I think he's already done that. And within the 2 weeks, potentially, or it may be by the next full moon. I don't know when the next full moon is. He's got dirt. He's got big dirt. He's got the receipts, is what my guides are telling me. Ronen Bar has got the receipts. At the moment, he's restricted because he's the head of the intelligence agency. But how's this going to play out for Netanyahu? How's this going to play out for Netanyahu? How is this going to play out for Netanyahu? Queen of Swords, legal action coming forward. How's it going to play out? He's going to find himself, I'm getting the word pinned down by legal action. Okay, I'm seeing the image of a moth in a glass case with the pins through it to hold it. That's the image they're giving me. Holy crumbs. Mercenary actions is the energy. Because how's it going to play out for Netanyahu? I think information about mercenary actions in the past, the truth being brought forward, and it's explosive. Look at these information cards coming out. It's going to be explosive. Be careful who you aligned yourself with. Because I did ask, how's this going to affect Netanyahu? Secret deals done in the dark recesses over a few. But you've got, I'm seeing this little rat up here. You see the little rat in the rafters? The intelligence agency listening in. I think Ronen Bar's got the receipts here externally. So I'm asking about Netanyahu externally. Some poor choices, lack of integrity, poor choices, the smoke and mirrors, literally the smoke to cover up. Internally, we've got happy families, unity, end of an era. It's also the voter. See where this goes. Downfall, retreat. Again, we've got this Fool card. Again, we've got this. And again, same 3 cards. Ending that reading. And the secrets being revealed. Another major arcana. And another major arcana. Then only then can we start the attempted healing, when this is all over and this is the lies, the betrayal, the stealing, the deceit, yuck, 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 to the military. I'm going to say, because that's my military card. Look at these mages to end with. This is going to be huge. Out of all these ending cards, there's only one that's not a major, and it is the lies and the deceit and the betrayal card. Oh boy. Huge information. Russia, the cups, about money, bringing this information forward. Money laundering, international. You've then got the Nine of Wands. This being offered up, the higher courts, the justice, the giving and receiving of help, the money changing hands, the devil, the emperor in the past. Oh boy, this feels, I mean, everything at the moment feels big. This is not going to end well. And a lot of us readers are saying that once one goes down, they all go down. Talking about Netanyahu, the Kremlin fell in 45. Yeah, for them it is a nightmare situation. Now it's not going to happen overnight, but you've got the owl coming forward, and Laurie from the Way of Positive Change had the most amazing dream about the owl that comes to fruition in August. What are we, April? So what, another 3.5 months? Oh boy. But it's going to turn into a nightmare situation for those involved. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. There's really nowhere else for me to go on that but to let it play out. Oh, okay. There's big stuff happening. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Love to you all. Take care.